I would like to talk about the first five Saturday devotion. The first five Saturday devotion was first revealed by Our Lady at Fatima on the 13th of July 1917, when she said, "You have seen hell where the souls of poor sinners go. In order to save them, God wishes to establish in the world devotion to my Immaculate Heart. If you do what I tell you, many souls will be saved. There will be peace." On December the 10th, 1925, Sister Lucia was in the Dorothean convent at Pontevedra, Spain. The Most Holy Virgin appeared to her with the child Jesus. The child Jesus spoke to her first, saying, "Have compassion on the heart of your Most Holy Mother, covered with the thorns of which ungrateful men pierce it at every moment, and there is no one to remove them with an act of reparation." Then Our Lady said, "My daughter, look at my heart, surrounded with the thorns for which ungrateful men pierce it at every moment by their blasphemies and ingratitude. You at least try to console me and say that I promise to assist at the hour of death with all the graces necessary for salvation, all those who on the first Saturday of 5 consecutive months go to confession and receive Holy Communion, recite 5 decades of the Rosary, and keep me company for a quarter of an hour while meditating on the mysteries of the Rosary, with the intention of making reparation to me." Lucia would experience 2 further apparitions of the child Jesus at Pontevedra on the 15th of February 1926, and then again on the 17th of December 1927. Both of these apparitions address difficulties people may have in trying to achieve the required practice of the first 5 Saturday devotion, as well as her confessor's doubts about the devotion required or requested. The confessor was not convinced that Jesus wanted the first 5 Saturday devotion to be spread around the world and wanted further proof it was meant to be universal. Lucia recalls her discussion with Jesus. "But my confessor said in his letter that this devotion already exists in the world, because many souls receive you every first Saturday of the month in honor of Our Lady with the 15 mysteries of the Rosary." Jesus said in reply, "It is true, my daughter, that many souls begin, but few persevere to the very end. And those who persevere do it to receive grace as promised. The souls who make the first 5 Saturdays with fervor and to make reparation to the heart of the Heavenly Mother please me more than those who make 15 but are lukewarm and indifferent." Lucia then asked, "My Jesus, many souls will find it difficult to confess on Saturday. Will you allow a confession within 8 days to be valid?" Jesus replied, "Yes, it can be made later on, provided that souls are in the state of grace when they receive me on the first Saturday, and that they had the intention of making reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus." Lucia then asked, "My Jesus, and those who forget to form this intention?" Jesus replied, "They can form it at the next confession, taking advantage of the first opportunity to go to confession." Sister Lucia received a further understanding of the first 5 Saturday devotion on the night of May the 29th, 30th, 1930, during the apparition at Toy. When remaining in the chapel, Lucia experienced a mystical experience with the Lord in the most blessed sacrament. She recalls Jesus' message. The reason for the first Saturdays of the month is simple. It is because there are 5 types of offences and blasphemies against the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Number 1, blasphemies against her Immaculate Conception. Number 2, blasphemies against her perpetual virginity. Number 3, blasphemies against her divine
Wait, Noah, hindi ka ni mag-ito?
blasphemies against her divine maternity in refusing at the same time to recognize her as the mother of men. Number 4, the blasphemies of those who publicly seek to sow in the hearts of children indifference or scorn, or even hatred of this Immaculate Mother. And number 5, the offences of those who outrage her directly in her holy images. Our Lady's instructions for the first 5 Saturdays devotion include 2 parts. One is a great promise, and the other is an explanation. So the text I've run out has already mentioned these, but I will repeat it because it's important. The great promise. I promise to assist at the hour of death all those who on the first Saturday of 5 consecutive months shall confess, receive Holy Communion, recite 5 decades of the Rosary, and keep me company for 15 minutes whilst meditating on the 15 mysteries of the Rosary, with the intention of making reparation to me. Now that promise was by Our Lady, and Our Lady keeps her promises. So you can see how important this prayer, this devotion is. And the explanation, as I say, I've already given this now, but it's worthwhile repeating it. What Our Lady asks us to do is to go to confession. This can be up to 8 days before or after the first Saturday itself. Receive Holy Communion on the day itself in a state of grace with the intention of making reparation, as above. Recite 5 decades of the Rosary, and to meditate on the mysteries of the Rosary for 15 minutes. This isn't difficult, just slowly reading the Gospel account of the mysteries or using a booklet on the Rosary. And it's important to remember that each part of that devotion, and that's 4 parts, so each part of that devotion should be made with the intention of making reparation to the Immaculate Heart of Mary on the first Saturday of 5 consecutive months. Remember, each part of the devotion should be made with the intention of reparation. That's really important. And that after you've completed the first 5 Saturday devotion, it really is important to keep going with it, to pray for reparation for sins committed against the Immaculate Heart of Mary, by not just ourselves, but by anybody. And we have the chance to pray to save souls. So it's a really important prayer. For your information, WAF England and Wales live stream the first Saturday devotion